Yo, what's going on YouTube? Today we're going to be talking about some of the updates and some of the patch notes and all the changes that they made in Battlefield 6 and Red Sec. Yo, we got a bunch of stuff to talk about, so let's just hop in, dive deep, and get straight to the video. And before we get to the video, all I'm going to ask you guys is subscribe to the YouTube channel, drop a like on the video, and make sure you hit that notification bell so you know every time I do upload, because you don't want to miss any of these videos and some of the Battlefield updates that I do post. I usually post gameplays, but I do post sometimes updates as well, and some of the things that I think maybe need to be changed and some things that maybe need to be fixed, and you guys can probably agree with. But without further ado, let's get straight to this video, because this one, you already know what I'm going to say. It's a banger. All right, YouTube, let's go ahead and look at some of the new updates and everything that they added to the game. So we can just go off and look at this. This is the Winter Offensive Update, Battlefield 6, Red Sec, everything like that. So let's go ahead and take a quick look. And some of the first things that I'm just going to say off rip is the menu was just broken. All right, it was just broken. I've heard people talk about them fixing it. I'm still hearing people having issues. I heard that they kind of fixed it, found a workaround, telling people to like close their game and just reopen it. But I think people are already doing that anyway without them telling people to do that. But I hear it's only PC players are affected, but most of the PlayStation and Xbox players are not affected really with this little bug. So that's just one of the things I want to get off my brain, because it was just annoying me. I couldn't even really play Red Sec. I was having to back my game out, and after a while I got tired and just got on GTA. So we do have the new Winter Offensive map on Empire State, where you can basically, it's a snow map, and if you get shot or anything like that, your health doesn't like regen or anything like that. You don't get your health back or anything. The only way you can get your health back is if you stand by your fire can. So I'm gonna drop a clip in there just so you guys can see that. And I think it's one of these things that they probably should add a little bit more of, not just one map. Add a couple more maps where we can like play modes like this. And I know a lot of Battlefield players are just wanting to have bigger maps, just like how we had in Battlefield 3, Battlefield 4. They want to go back to those bigger scale maps with a lot of players, and it just doesn't feel so tight, and you can only go a couple ways to get through the map. And I kind of agree with that with a lot of people when they're saying that they want these bigger maps. They want to make the game feel like how it used to, like in Battlefield 4 and Battlefield 3. But we just have to wait and see what EA and DICE does with this game, and hopefully they don't ruin it in a sense, because I know a lot of people saying, oh, hopefully they don't do what Call of Duty did and ruin the game. We'll see what happens, because honestly, it's gonna take them to listen to us, really, the community, not just streamers or anything. I'm not really even a streamer, I guess you can say, but I don't really call myself that. I feel like I'm just a really true gamer that wants the best game for the people, me, myself, and everyone that's basically saying the same exact thing I'm saying. Bigger maps, let's get some naval combat. So hopefully they can bring something like that. But this was a cool addition that they did bring to Battlefield 6. And these are all the different modes for Empire State, as you can see. So these are all the different modes. We got Ice Lock, it's a limited time, obviously. Ice Lock Gauntlet. We got portal updates, so that's kind of something I want to get into as well. We got some portal updates, because I know a lot of people are kind of complaining about this right now with the portal updates, and hopefully we can see a big change with that. For the people that just like going in the portal, having fun with their friends and things like that, and they're just not limited, because we got a bunch of crybabies in the comments about people doing XP farms, and it's not really affecting anybody. It doesn't really matter. I don't see why they would change the things they did with the portal update, but we'll get into that in a second. But unlike traditional Gauntlet, on Fort London, Ice Lock Gauntlet takes place on Battlefield 6 multiplayer map Empire State Ice Lock, with a locked set of 3 missions in every match. The exact missions are Deadlock, Extraction, and Wreckage. Master these 3 operations, your squad will be rewarded with more than just the pride of victory. Alright, sounds cool. Just regular Gauntlet with some extra features like, the ice mode and everything like that. So I actually have yet to play it. I'm gonna actually play it soon, and I'll probably make a video on it, but I haven't yet to play it. I want to get in there with some friends and stuff like that, but a lot of my friends have just been stuck on Red Sec and multiplayer, so I kind of understand. But I definitely want to hop into some Gauntlet. I think a lot of people are sleeping on it, but I feel like at the same time, most people don't really like playing modes like this, so I can understand why a lot of people are just kind of straying away from Gauntlet, but it's something nice to have. Alright, so we got some portal updates. Battlefield 6 and Red Sec. Portal creators will now be able to use the following features in their creations. So we got Ice Lock Empire State. Use a wintry version of Empire State as the backdrop to your custom Carnage field creation, or simply add it to your map rotation of your hand. Crafted verified experience. So that's pretty cool that we can actually add that to the game, at least in Portal. We got freeze. Even in the heat of Cairo, use a new mechanic to add freeze and heat zones to your experience. So it looks like we can add the freeze mechanic to different maps, which is pretty cool. I'm glad they did add something like that, because I feel like just playing Empire State 24/7 will bore people. People will get tired of it, and yeah, especially with conquest and everything like that, just being that's what most people play. I feel like a lot of people just get bored if they're just playing nothing but Empire State 24/7. So it looks like now we're getting into the nitty gritty of the updates. These are some major updates for Battlefield 6 and RedSec. So we got some improved hit generation. So these are some of the big major updates for the 1.1.3.0. It's a lot to say, but the new update, we got some improved hit registration across situations. So previously it felt unreliable, including quick aim adjustments, firing before zoom completes, and close quarters fights with many players. These updates make bullet impacts more predictable and damage feedback easier to read in the moment. Yeah, so I definitely understand this update. This update needed to be, it should have been a thing. I'm not gonna say it needed to been, you know, updated or whatever. I'm gonna say, I'm just gonna keep it real. It felt like you were shooting at paper. You know what I'm saying? Like, you would just be like, boop, 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 boop. Oh, I got the kill. And you wouldn't even know you got the kill until it was like, you see it pop up on your screen that you got the kill or something like that. So a lot of the times, a lot of gunfights just wouldn't feel consistent, even with guns that were pretty consistent. So I feel like that was probably one of the major updates that they needed to, you know, change with this game, because it was kind of just like, it was throwing me off every time. Like every time I played this game, it was throwing me off. But we'll move, man. It was just crazy. I just couldn't handle to witness that happening. So we got some enhanced close range soldier visibility, which is stronger character highlights, improved prone animations to help soldiers stand out more clearly in low contrast or visually busy areas. So that's definitely a W right there as well. Seeing people in crowded areas, sometimes you're like looking around, you can barely see people. You're like, dang, do I need glasses? Am I getting old? It's not you, man. It's the game. So they kind of fixed that. It's a lot easier to see people, which I can actually agree that it's definitely a lot easier to see people now, which I can agree. Refined weapon handling for more consistent accuracy, addressing issues with the first shot behavior, recoil, interaction, detachment alignment, so weapons feel more stable and predictable during firefights, which is cool. Improve reliability across several core gadgets, it said core. Strengthen vehicle clarity interaction, which is cool. I don't use a bunch of vehicles like that. I do hop into tanks here and there and helicopters, but it's not really a big thing that I want to really talk about, because I really don't hop in vehicles. I feel like I don't have enough room to make any really make any opinions on it. But updated breakthrough and rush layouts on multiple maps, delivered a broad audio pass, improving combat readability, which is pretty cool. So audio, man, I know a lot of people are probably feeling the same way about the audio as a lot of us. We're just gonna say, I'm not gonna read all of this because it's a lot to read, but they fixed the audio. Like it's been fixed. It's been fixed. So I'm gonna go ahead and read some of the things that are kind of niche, and some of the things that are kind of the main issues that that we experience even in RedSec and mainly just multiplayer. Fixed a clipping issue when dragging the soldier on an inclined surface when being prone. So basically you grab your soldier or one of your teammates or something like that, and you would grab them to revive them, and as you're doing that, you literally either get stuck or you can't revive them at all. So that was a big issue for people in RedSec, where they would be trying to pull someone away from the fire, end up not being able to pull them, and they end up getting burned, or they both get burned, or one of the soldiers go down. So you don't want that either or. I mean, it doesn't really matter. It shouldn't happen. Shouldn't never happen. So it's definitely happened to me at times where I'm trying to pull an enemy away from the fire, or I'm trying to pull an enemy away from the gunfire, and I literally stop pulling them, and then it's just nothing, and I just end up getting shot, or my teammate dies or bleeds out. So that's one of the main things that I'm glad that they fixed. Fixed the clipping issue with character shoulders when jumping. Definitely fixed that. That was a good one that they fixed as well too. They also fixed another issue where they fixed an issue causing soldier movement to feel slow while walking on uneven terrain, which is a big W, because I definitely noticed that as well while playing RedSec, especially. it definitely would feel uneven, or not really uneven, but it make you feel like you're walking or running super slow when you actually weren't, and it just felt weird. And I don't know if it really was slowing us down. It probably was, who knows, but it definitely felt slower, and I'm glad that they did fix that as well. Another big W was too when they fixed the issue with jumping in and out of vehicles that could lead to later hit registrations for soldiers on foot. So like, you know how people just hopping out of cars on you in Warzone, you end up shooting at them, or vice versa, you hopping out of a car on someone and your shot's just not landing. You're like, what is this going on? So they fixed that. It's going to be more consistent. They fixed the hit registration, you know, so it's not so late, because it does feel well, it did feel super late. And that was one of the things that a lot of people kind of complained about as well too, and just one of the minor things that people were complaining about. So I'm glad that they did fix that as well. As long as they keep updating this game, that's one thing I can say. As long as they keep updating this game and making it better and better and better, and kind of like test these updates before they go live, we would clear up a lot of issues. That's one of the main things that a lot of these companies need to do, is just go ahead and clear up these issues before the issues arrive. Moving over to the weapons as well, they fixed a bug where players can become stuck in the weapon inspect animation when entering a vehicle. Fix a rear visual glitch that could cause scopes to be displayed incorrectly, which a lot of people, we all probably had this issue where the scopes either displayed incorrectly, or like your light or lasers are like glitched out and they're like kind of behind you in a sense, or it was just weird. I don't know, it's weird to explain, but there was a lot of issues with that. That's now fixed, and I'm glad that it is fixed. It would throw off a lot of people's aim. It'll throw my aim off sometimes, especially when I'm running a hip fire class or something like that. My freaking laser would be broken the whole game. I have to back out, re-enter another game, and it'll be fixed. Just a lot of stuff that, you know, nobody wants to deal with. Just little stupid stuff like that that's just kind of annoying. But they fixed that, which is a W. I'm glad that that was one of the, because that was the main things. It was mostly happening to me on Red Sec mostly. It wouldn't really happen on multiplayer a bunch for me, but on Red Sec it would happen a bunch. All right, now we got maps and modes as well too. This is one of the things I know people are gonna love, especially the people that are crying about this. It wasn't really a big issue to me, not that I was doing it or anything like that, because I don't try to capture flags from here, but moving on to the maps and modes, like I said, we got some adjusted conquest and escalation capture areas on Manhattan Bridge. I guess specifically on Manhattan Bridge, because that can be the only map I see it happening on. So objectives can no longer be captured from rooftop positions. I didn't even know people were doing this. I would see people on rooftops on that map, like getting kills and whatnot, but I didn't know people were actually on top of the roof capturing flags. So if they fix that, that's definitely a W, because you would never be able to get a flag or anything like that if somebody's on top of the bridge or something like that from a helicopter. They jumped up there and they're in a spot where they can just sit on the flag the entire time, and, you know, prone you from even being able to capture it. So that's definitely a good thing that they fixed that. Guess that's a W in my book. Got some UI and HUD issues as well. I'm not gonna really read all this. Like I said, it's just some things that you can go ahead and look. The main things that I talked about are some of the things that needed to be fixed. It just was not helping out the game. It was breaking the game more in a sense rather than helping, and it would probably push people away. It's probably pushed some people away because they thought that it's probably never going to fix. There's probably some people that came from Call of Duty loving the game at first, and they probably didn't come back and say like, oh, they're not going to fix it, they're going to be like Activision, not fix the game. But these guys are on it. I'm going to give Battlefield credit and DICE and everything like that. I'm going to give them credit where it's due. These guys are coming through, fixing the game, and trying to make it right. They're listening to community. They're doing everything they can to fix this game and make it for the players, which I can totally respect. Hopefully they just don't do a curveball on us and go the other way. Just hope not. I've kind of talked about this previously about the audio, and I know a lot of people are happy that the audio's fixed, but the audio's finally fixed. The footsteps and everything like that are a lot more clear. You can tell where people are. It doesn't just sound like a whole bunch of stomping. Even from your teammates, you don't hear your teammates' footsteps over the enemies, which that was a big issue before this update. And I can't stress enough how thankful and glad I am that they fixed this, because so many times I would get killed on Red Sec or, you know, multiplayer, where I would hear my teammates' footsteps, especially in Red Sec, because it's a battle royale. It's like literally a battle royale, so you're trying to stay alive. You're thinking like, oh, okay, I got a team pushing me. Whole time it's just your teammate behind you running, so you're like, you don't know which way people are coming from, and that kind of was like throwing people off a little bit, because you would think that it was a team on you or a team next to you, literally, when it's just your teammate or your friend next to you, and it wasn't a team near you at all. So I'm glad that they did fix the audio. The footsteps are just like the best thing they could have freaking fixed in this game. They reduced how much the Spec Ops trait lowers footsteps audio when sneaking, which is cool, because I felt like I unlocked Spec Op for no reason. Not gonna lie, it felt like I unlocked it for no reason, because I literally unlocked it and it didn't feel a difference from just regular recon. So I'm glad they fixed some of the things with Spec Op when you unlock that, because it took a lot to unlock it. At first they did make the challenges a little bit easier for people to unlock these things, but you know, nonetheless, it's definitely fixed now. And we got some portable updates. You guys can go ahead and read that if you want on the screen. And we got some AI updates as well. AI bots can now respond to ammo, healing, and pickup requests. That's probably something that for the people that play, like, you know, casual or anything like that, anything with bots, if you guys do play, that's a W for you guys. Bots will respond to you, give you ammo, so you don't have to just run support 24/7 if you are playing, you know, casual breakthrough or something like that, so you can rank up your guns or just, you know, do anything that you want to do, you know, get some challenges done and everything like that. So that's definitely a W right there. And last but not least, we got some battle royale updates, and let's just get straight to it, man. We got some added distinction between player and squad member inventory requests, added upgrade notifications to the loot feed when a weapon is improved, fixed an issue with ping icons of lootable vehicles would disappear from the minimap when the players get more than 25 meters away from them. They need to fix when you're actually away from your teammate and you can't see them on the map, so you don't know where your teammates are at, and you would literally have to do a whole 360 just to figure out where your teammates at. Still an issue. I hope they fix that soon, because they should not literally leave your map. They should just kind of sit on the edge of the map, if you know what I'm saying. So hopefully they can fix that soon. That's one of the things that kind of, like, especially even like pro Battlefield players or just people that are really good at the game, it's very frustrating that you can't even tell where your teammates are at until you do, like I said, a freaking full 360. So you fix the issue where the tank hunter mission UI could remain active if targeted. Squad destroyed its own tank. Okay, so I guess a squad can't destroy its own tank anymore because they will destroy their own tank, so they're not targeted, I guess. Update the artwork for mission rewards to reflect new keycard changes. Cool. We got some gauntlet changes as well. I'm not going to get to the gauntlet thing anymore because kind of already spoke about that. And the audio thing, we kind of already spoke about that. But this is, I guess, for something a little bit different. Fixed issues where subtitles would not appear correctly during insertion. I guess that's the thing. Didn't even know. Fix missing audio or UI audio when unlocking the first field upgrade. All right, didn't know that was a thing either. Like I said, they're fixing a lot of things. They need to still fix the support class where you're trying to use the defibrillators to res someone, and you have to go over them like 3 or 4 times just to get a res. And hopefully they can fix that soon. But I don't know. You guys let me know in the comments below if you have any other things that you might be able to point out, any other issues, because I can hopefully kind of report this stuff over to DICE and EA and see if they can maybe look into some of these things and fix some of these things. So I don't know. You guys go ahead and comment down below, let me know in the comments, and make sure you drop a like on today's video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. There we go. Let's get it. First game.